let us now talk about classical conditioning. So classical conditioning is a type of unconscious or automatic learning. This learning process creates a conditioned response through associations between an unconditioned stimulus and a neutral stimulus. So classical conditioning came to surface in the 1890s when a Russian physiologist named Ivan Pavlov conducted an experiment that has now led us to understand classical conditioning. In following Pavlov's theory, it is important to note several variables. First, an unconditioned stimulus, something that is neutral at first, is used to create an unconditioned response, an automatic and involuntary response towards an unconditioned or neutral stimulus. Similarly, a conditioned stimulus is used to produce a conditioned response, a trained or expected reflex. Because the people in behaviorism view learning as a long-term change in behavior that is based on experience, in this experiment we will observe how Alyssa's cat changes its behavior.
Hey Kiki, don't grab the couch, you will broke it.
What we can observe from this experiment is the unconditioned stimulus, which is Alyssa's voice, appears to be a neutral stimulus at first, which is then accompanied by the conditioned stimulus, which is Alyssa's hand movement. So her voice is neutral stimulus, and then a conditioned stimulus would be her hand movement. This then creates an unconditioned response or reflex by the cat, which is the feeling of fear, and the cat would then produce a conditioned response which shows that the cat runs away. So whenever the cat sees Alyssa's hand approaches it, the cat runs away out of fear.
Hello everyone, this is Group 1 and today we will be talking a bit about operant conditioning. Okay, first of all, what does operant conditioning mean? Operant conditioning is a learning process whereby deliberate behaviors are reinforced through consequences. So this is slightly different from classical conditioning, where classical conditioning actually involves involuntary behaviors that are triggered by external stimuli. So remember people, when we talk about operant conditioning, it is more towards voluntary behaviors and consequences. Before we proceed any further, we should remember that there are two main components in operant conditioning: punishment and reinforcement. So in today's video, before that, there are two types of reinforcements, which are the negative one and the positive one. So positive reinforcements and negative reinforcements. In today's video, we are focusing more on the positive reinforcements. So in order to have a clearer understanding of this concept of positive reinforcements, we as a team have conducted a 5-day experiment on Ben the cat to see how rewards actually increase desired behavior. Okay, so before we jump into our experiment, let's educate ourselves more on positive reinforcement. In operant conditioning, positive reinforcement involves the addition of a reinforcing stimulus following a behavior that makes it more likely that the behavior will occur again in the future. When a favorable outcome, event, or reward occurs after an action, that particular response or behavior will be strengthened. So to put it in simpler words, when you do something, you get something. And that motivates you to actually do it again and again, and that eventually becomes a behavior. Okay, back to the experiment. Well, okay, since this experiment is about Ben the cat, I don't know if you guys have experienced this as cat owners, but sometimes just calling your cat to actually come to you is a really big thing. For your cat to respond to your call, that's a really big thing, to be honest. So in today's video, we are going to look at how conditioning a cat with reward helps. Like, does it really help? Can we condition cats by rewards? that is about today's video, and let's jump into the experiment right now. As mentioned, this is a 5-day experiment and this video was taken on the 17th of January. So this is day 1. So as you can see in this video, the cat owner is sitting on the sofa and she's tapping the sofa several times to call her cat Ben to jump on it to come to her. Ben eventually does so and is given treats as a reward for doing that certain act. Well, this is the second day and you can see the same thing happening. Ben is given treats for the act he has done. And this is day 3. That's day 4. And that's the last day, day 5. But did you guys notice something? The cat owner has no rewards with her right now. So what do we understand by this? Ben has actually learned to jump up to his owner whenever she taps on a surface.